Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're doing something different today. This is my first ever scripted video, so please bear with me on this one. I wanted to take some time and talk about Gray Zone Warfare. That's a new and upcoming PvEVP extraction shooter coming from Madfinger Games. Gray Zone Warfare describes itself as an immersive tactical FPS with a maximum focus on realism. You join a private military company and navigate a vast open world setting alone or in a squad. You need to adapt to your surrounding, use tactics to your advantage, and fight against other human operators and AI-controlled enemies. And I'm all in for that. So let's talk about the story. The game takes place on the island of Lamang, which is somewhere in Southeast Asia. Gaining its independence after being a former British colony, Lamang has been ravaged by a brutal civil war lasting for 2 decades when the remnants of the anti-British resistance, also known as SOL, Sons of Lamang, were dissatisfied with the independent government's rule. Since the official army was understaffed, untrained, and equipped with outdated weapons and gear, it was swiftly defeated after only a couple of months of fighting. The sole commander, Ruxmay Sayawong, I probably butchered that name, but he declared himself the supreme leader of the island with the title of president. Ruxmay's victory was made possible thanks to the help of the Soviets, who supplied the SOL with weapons in exchange for strengthening their position during the Vietnam War. A small contingent of Soviet troops remained on the island even after the end of the conflict and finally left after the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. Ruxmay died in 1996, with his only son, the 28-year-old Narit, becoming the new leader of the island. Narit promised the people of Lamang that he would end his late father's isolationism policies and bring the island into the next millennium through modernization and openness. Claiming to focus on tourism, he ordered the construction of his crowning jewel, the Midnight Sapphire, a luxurious resort where legend has it, all was allowed for the right price. During the next 3 decades, those few who managed to escape the island told a vastly different story and pleaded with the rest of the world for help until finally the UN decided to act and establish the UNLRA, the United Nations Lamang Relief Agency. With Narit's hesitant approval, the UNLRA arrived in Lamang to assess the situation and begin its humanitarian mission. But then, just a few months later, a disaster struck. With a blinding flash and thunderous roar, a part of the island was forever transformed by a sudden cataclysmic event. Okay, yeah, so that was quite the long read. So there is clearly an underlying mystery and some secrets that we need to solve and explore on the island. So following the event that took place, the entire area has been put under international quarantine. With almost all civilian population evacuated by the United Nations, 3 PMCs are tasked by their enigmatic clients to explore the region, uncover its secret, and bring back anything of value. So, as a player, you can join one of the 3 following PMCs. We got the Lamang Recovery Initiative, the LRI. We have the Mitra Security System, and we have the Crimson Shield International. And I think that sounds really cool, and I can wait to see what joining the different factions does to your game. And I'm speculating that the different PMCs might have different perks, give you a different standing with the other factions, and so on. And I'm really excited to get more news about how this gameplay loop will go on. The game features a diverse selection of characters, each with their own motives and secrets. You will need to gain their trust and interact with them based on your own understanding. They will give you quests, and apparently they can interfere with each other's quests, which is really interesting. So for example, if Leia Huang gives you a quest with her rewards, you can also consider delivering the quest results to Anton Jackson for some other rewards. And this is super interesting and will make you think about who you want to stand with and what character you can trust and so on. At launch of the early access, the game will feature around 150 different quests. And they have designed the quests to be more realistic and logical, so there is no venturing into the worlds just to bring back some nonsense items without any meaning. There are no set spawns or events that will always trigger during a quest, instead it will be more living and dynamic. So getting familiar with the landscape and the island, reading and understanding the mission briefs will all be essential to execute a plan. And as you can see by the gameplay running in the background here, the game looks absolutely stunning. It is being built in Unreal 5, and I'm guessing the devs will utilize most of the Unreal Engine 5 features, such as Lumen and Nanite. As I'm recording this, we still don't have a release date for early access, but apparently they are going into a feature freeze pretty soon. You can wishlist the game on Steam, and I'll put a link in the description. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.